This is the guided practice for 5.3. It's on page 366, and we'll do number 1 through 5. So go ahead and follow along with me as I do this. We're comparing and ordering integers. First one is we have 17 and we have 31. I could do a number chart here. I could start with 17, 18, 19, and so far and so forth till 31 over here. Okay? And so then I know, well, 17 is less than 31. So then I go like that. Now, when it's just positive numbers or when it's a positive and a negative, not as critical to do a number line. When you have negative numbers, it's more important. Negative 6 is right here. And if I'm getting less, like I'm getting colder, it's going to be negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. So now I'm looking at the line. I have this number, and I have this number right here. Which is greater? Well, greater is always on the right side. So this negative 6 is greater. Even though 10 looks bigger than 6, once it's negative, it's not. And you can see that on your number line here. Okay. Negative 83, negative 38. Alrighty, so if I go like this, I'm going to do something like this. Because I'm dealing with big numbers, I'm going to have this be 0. We'll go down by 25. Negative 25, negative 50, negative 100. Okay, so negative 38 would be like right here, I would guess. Negative 83 would be here. Okay, so this one right here is greater. So negative 38 is greater. So negative 83 is less than negative 38. Once you put it on a number chart, it's really easy to see. Let's do number 4. Andrew and his father are scuba diving at negative 38 feet, and Tacklebox Canyon has an elevation of negative 83 feet. Write an inequality to compare the depths. Explain the inequality. So, negative 38, and let's go back to this one over here, because we're using the same numbers. I'm going to say negative 38 is greater than negative 83. What I mean by that is negative 83, let's do this. The bottom of it is negative 83. And if they're scuba diving at negative 38, they're closer to the top. They're closer to 0. So that's a greater number. This would be way down, but they're only here. So it's greater because it's closer to 0. And that kind of explains it. Let's go to number 5. STEM question. The daily low temperature in Kate's hometown last week were, okay, these are the daily low temperatures. Positive 2 and negative 9, negative 18, negative 6, and 3, 0, negative 7. We want to order the temperatures from greatest to least. So the greatest number I know is going to be any positive numbers. So I'm going to circle my positives. Now 0 is neither positive nor negative, but I circled it. So the greatest one is 3 degrees. Then we have 2 degrees. Then we have 0 degrees. So I've done that one, that one, that one. Now, what would be a little bit less, because we're getting smaller. So if it would dip down to negative 7, and then maybe dip down to negative 9, it's getting a little bit less. Then we go to, oh, I messed up. I didn't, oopsie, wow. Okay, so we have the 0 degrees. Now, negative 6 degrees is a little bit less. Negative 7 is a little bit less than that. Negative 9 is so a little bit less than that. And finally, the least temperature is going to be negative 18 degrees. So that covers all the temperatures, and this is the greatest to the least. Greatest to the least. All right. That's a little bit of how to do some comparing and ordering of integers. Go ahead and try independent practice on page 367. Do numbers 1 through 9.